So, we've got some exciting news in the world of medical dramas. Nurse Jackie is now on Netflix, with all 7 seasons available for a total binge fest.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. So now both longtime fans and newcomers can really dive deep into Jackie Payton's world, right?
Exactly. It's like, the perfect opportunity to catch every bit of Edie Falco's iconic performance as our rule-bending, fiercely compassionate ER nurse.
And I love how the show wasn't about a perfect nurse image. It was raw and real. You know, more reflective of the actual quirks and pressures in a hospital.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackie wasn't just a sidekick. She was a clinician, caregiver, a decision maker. It's like, she brought out the true grit of nursing, even if it meant breaking a few rules.
Yep, and it's not just about her professional brilliance, right? There's that whole dramatic personal storyline where she juggles her opioid addiction, messy relationships, and even feuds with hospital admins.
Right? And what's brilliant is how the show mixes intense, heart-wrenching moments with dark humor. It's like, one moment you're laughing at her witty comebacks, and the next, you're feeling the weight of systemic issues in healthcare.
Definitely. And I noticed it also highlights the authentic struggles nurses face, the emotional labor, the constant battles against bureaucracy. It's like a love letter to the profession, in a very, imperfect way.
Exactly. And speaking of impressions, did you catch how Jackie's character would say, "Doctors are here to diagnose, not heal. We heal." That's such a powerful, almost poetic statement.
Yeah, it really flips the script on what people expect from nurses. Instead of being just in the background, she was at the heart of patient care, making all those tough decisions.
Right. And over the 7 seasons, the show takes us on a roller coaster, a double life, where saving patients by day contrasts sharply with her secret struggles by night.
It's like, every episode layers more depth into her character, and you end up worrying not just about the hospital drama, but also about her personal demons.
Exactly. And a lot of that tension comes from her constant fight to balance her personal life with her professional duty. The messy divorces, her clandestine rehab attempts, even an overdose in that final season.
Right. And that ending left us with an uncertain fate, which honestly made way for even more questions about her future, right?
Speaking of the future, here's where it gets even more interesting. There's an upcoming reboot on Amazon Prime Video set a full decade after the original finale, where Jackie returns, but get this, without her nursing license.
Wait, so she's coming back as Nurse Jackie but missing that credential? That's such a bold twist.
Exactly. It's like, the reboot is taking a deep dive into what happens when someone as flawed and as human as Jackie has to reinvent herself after hitting rock bottom.
Yep. I wonder though if without her license, she'll be able to reclaim that old magic, or if it'll just feel like a watered-down version of the original grit.
That's a really good point. I mean, the original series struck a balance with its raw narrative, showing both the strength and the vulnerability of nurses. If the reboot loses that authenticity, it might not resonate in the same way.
But then again, having some fresh challenges could actually, add new layers to her character. I mean, a decade later, the healthcare system is even more complex.
True, exactly. Think about it. Today's world is a whole new ballgame, with mental health issues still rampant and drug use still a major danger. Jackie's returning at the perfect time to mirror these ongoing struggles in her own way.
And it seems like the creative team is bringing back some of the original writers alongside Edie Falco as an executive producer, which bodes well for maintaining that signature style.
Definitely, and it's really interesting to see the reboot tackle the idea of trying to be good in a world where being bad sometimes seems easier. That theme is timeless.
Right. It almost makes you think about how, well, the odds sometimes force even the best of us to take shortcuts, and how personal demons can derail brilliant careers.
Absolutely. And in Jackie's case, even though she's a flawed hero, there's something inspiring about her constant struggle to make things right, even if that means, constantly facing her own failures head on.
Mm-hmm. And it's so refreshing to see a character who isn't just a caricature of perfection, but is instead complex, messy, and relatable.
Right, indeed. And you know, it's like this. Imagine if your everyday job was filled with bureaucracy, high stakes, and unexpected challenges. You'd need a real hero to navigate that, even if they sometimes make mistakes.
Yeah, I totally get that. And Jackie sort of brought that realistic vibe to the forefront, making the nursing profession feel, well, truly heroic, not just in the expected ways, but in the raw human sense.
Yes, she was a mentor, a friend, and a fighter. Even when she was caught up in personal chaos, she still managed to, be the go-to support for her fellow nurses.
Mm-hmm. And that's something that really resonated with so many nurses out there. It's not every day you see a TV nurse who stands up to the system in such a fierce way.
Exactly. And it also challenges the typical portrayal of nurses as mere side characters in a medical drama. Jackie was front and center, with a narrative that said, "If I'm not a nurse, I'm no one."
That line sticks with you. It's almost like a battle cry. But I do wonder, will the reboot capture that essence, or will it try to be too modern and miss some of that raw emotion?
That's a fair concern. The reboot has to balance the evolution of healthcare with the core of what made the original so compelling: its exploration of flawed heroism. It's like, if you change too much, you risk losing that heart.
Yep. I mean, it's a bit like redesigning a classic car. It needs modern touches, but it still has to feel like the same soul.
Exactly, it's like modernizing without losing the essence. And while the reboot seems promising by having Edie Falco back in a central role, it's really up to the writing to reflect the current realities of nursing.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that the show acknowledges ongoing mental health issues and even drug use makes it very timely. It's addressing stuff that's not going away anytime soon.
Right. It almost serves as a mirror to the real-life struggles that many in the field face. And having that open conversation on screen can be quite cathartic for viewers who connect on a personal level.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And it makes me think, could this new iteration spur more discussions about nurse burnout and, systemic change in healthcare?
Absolutely. And it's not just about entertainment. It's about sparking real conversations within the profession. The old nurse Jackie showed that being flawed doesn't mean you're not a hero. And that's an important message today.
Mm-hmm. So whether you're binge-watching the original on Netflix or gearing up for the reboot on Amazon Prime, the story of Nurse Jackie is still very much alive as a beacon for what nursing truly represents.
Exactly. And for those who might be feeling overwhelmed in their own professional lives, if Jackie can keep trying, even battling personal demons, it's a reminder that sometimes, even in the chaos, finding your way back is possible.
Yep. Well, here's hoping the reboot does justice to all those layers we've come to love. It'll be interesting to see how it resonates with the current generation of nurses.
Absolutely. And until then, there's plenty to revisit in the original series. Each season, an intricate weave of complexity, dark humor, and genuine empathy for the struggles of being, human in the healthcare world.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely going to rewatch a few episodes now. The iconic moments, the intense dialogues, it all just hits differently, knowing the context of today's challenges.
Yeah, it's like a time capsule that also speaks to today's issues in such a raw, unapologetic way. And who knows, maybe it'll inspire new voices in the field.
Exactly. Well, here's to Nurse Jackie, past, present, and future. Thanks for unpacking all that with me.
Anytime. It's been a blast diving into this world where flaws become strengths and every setback pushes you to, be better. Cheers to that.